Yo, what is up, guys? Oscar with a new video, and this is going to be discussing my Washington Commanders versus Jacksonville Jaguars keys to the game, offense, defense, special teams. But I'd like to remind you all that I know it's been a while, me posting about Washington or whatever, but here we go. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Some NFL news that I will be going live for the Buccaneers Cowboys game tomorrow. Maybe with Aaron and Jason, maybe with just Aaron. I'm not completely sure yet, but maybe a full live stream. Maybe it'll be the second half live stream. I'm not sure yet, but I will be going live for the Buccaneers Cowboys game tomorrow evening. So let's talk about this Washington game now that we got the announcements out of the way. First game of the season, man. I'm kind of nervous. This Commanders team has me nervous. Carson Wentz. We're talking about Carson Wentz trying to get redemption on his former team. This defense, the storylines to go along with the linebacking core, with Cameron Curl not playing this game. So, a lot to go in the first game of the season. Don't put too much into it, but, tomorrow is a game where if Washington is scrappy, then that will be their identity. But if they, come out and they are flat, then, we all know that it's going to be a long season. So, let's do keys to the game, who I'm seeing that, could be in, be out, things like that. So, as I stated before, Cameron Curl is out of tomorrow's game, still dealing with that thumb injury. Logan Thomas is questionable. They're saying that he might play. More on that later. I'll talk about that later in the when I talk about the offensive keys. And then Cole Turner out for tomorrow. So look for John Bates and Armani Rogers to play a big role. Logan Thomas here and there. So those are the guys, the important guys out right now that I know of. Who knows? There could be more. So yeah. So let's do offensive keys. Offensive keys to the game. Carson Wentz. I know that you want to get your redemption on the Jaguars. Don't let that take you over, first and foremost. Be Carson Wentz, the guy that threw 27 touchdowns and 7 picks last season. Be that guy. Play smart. Make your reads. Trust in Antonio Gibbson. If the play isn't there, throw it away. Don't try to force it. Antonio Gibbson, let's do the running game. Antonio Gibbson, don't fumble the football. Keep 2 hands on it and keep your grip firm. You got your job right now because of the unfortunate shooting to Brian Robinson. He's unfortunately out due to the shooting. But play, make your runs. Don't fumble the football. Don't fumble it. Because if you fumble, you know that you're going to be on thin ice. Let me see, offensive. Make your catch. I'm expecting Terry McLaurin to step up. I'm excited to see Jahan Dotson, see what he can do. Because every single time I would turn on Commanders preseason game, he would not be playing. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see Jahan Dotson, see what he can do. Curtis Samuel. Let's see how much he plays, how much he's a factor. I'm he's actually healthy for the first time. Last year was very dicey with injuries. Didn't start as much, so I'm curious to see how much he gets to get going. Logan Thomas, like I said, is, maybe a go. I personally wouldn't, just because if he has that knee injury, and I don't even know if it's that, rehabbed ACL knee, I would rest him and trust in John Bates and in Armani Rogers. Armani Rogers has stepped up as a key target, and John Bates last season when both Logan Thomas and Ricky Seals-Jones were out, John Bates, proved that he could be a future. So, trust in those guys. Let's go and let's see. Offensive line, we get to see how well Charles Leno, Wes Schweitzer, whoever's going to be the starting left guard, Chase Roulier, Andrew Norwell, and Sam Cosmi gets to play. Let's see how much they can protect Carson Wentz. That's another thing. Protection. Run the ball. I think that, I think the identity for this team is going to be running the ball. We don't know about the defense, and I'll talk about the defense in a second. So, yeah. Defensively, interested to see how Montez Sweat and Shakatoni get going in that pass rush. Got to put pressure on Trevor Lawrence. Got to shut down Travis Etienne, James Robinson. These pass catch, these weapons that the Jaguars are, you cannot sleep on them. You can't. Because they're actually pretty good. One of their wide receivers, Zay Jones, he's a sleeper. He sleeps. He can be a sleeper to be a good game. Christian Kirk, was he overpaid? Yes. But he's also a good receiver. He can cook you. I think he cooked us a couple of times when he was the Cardinals. So you can't sleep on him. Let me see. Defensively, Kendall Fuller, William Jackson III, and Benjamin St-Juste. Can this secondary be somewhat better than last year? Granted, we're missing Landon Collins. We're going to be missing Cameron Curl for the first game. Expect Jeremy Reeves. Let's see what you can do as a starter. First time you've been on this, this team for a long time, and you haven't been a week one starter. Let's see what you can do. I'm excited to see what you can do. Let's go. Special teams. What's this guy's name? Former Joey Sly. Make your kicks. In the Ravens game, you missed a 40-yard field goal, and I did see that. So you got to make your kicks, or Washington's going to have kicking woes yet again. Trust Way. Make decent punts. Let's, make your decent punts. I'm good with that. Let's see. Don't muff punt returns. Don't muff kickoff returns. Whoever's going to be returning punts and kicks. I think it was, who's that dude? Man, he has a weird name. I have to look him up later. But he, got the starting returning job. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Jahan Dotson will be returning kicks. Who knows? We'll see. But those are the keys to the game, in my opinion, offensively, defensively, and special teams wise. Coaching, let's do Ron Rivera, Scott Turner, and Jack Del Rio. Let's see if you can do better. Last year I was not impressed with last year. This year you're on the hot seat coming in. If this defense becomes Swiss cheese early on, there's going to be questions. If this offense starts out sluggish and slow, Scott Turner, you're going to be on the chopping block, even though you're going to get an extension. And ultimately, Ron Rivera, you're going to be on thin ice, and you probably won't last long. So you got to start fast. We got to start fast right out the gate. So that's my notes on the coaches. Score prediction time. And I stated this in my Golden Truth earlier this week that it's going to be a tight game. Just because Trevor Lawrence has something to prove in year 2. Doug Peterson, also, the storylines with that. Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz. Doug Peterson made Carson Wentz and also benched Carson Wentz in the last season that they had in Philly together. Doug Peterson's going to be looking at Carson Wentz like, look, I made the right decision. And, you're not the same guy that I made you into. And Carson Wentz is going to be like, well, you prove, you're wrong. I'm good. So let's see what happens. Brandon Scherff, former guard of the Washington Commanders. No ill will there. Just, couldn't pay him. So, but score prediction, like I said, I feel like it's going to be tied, and then it's going to go to overtime, and it's going to be 20-14. I actually don't think it's going to be 20-14. I do think it's going to be maybe on the lines of we are going to be overtime, and it is going to be a tight game. I think Jacksonville's going to win this game. I don't know. I feel like Trevor Lawrence is going to, be too much for this defense. This defense is gonna struggle tomorrow, so I'm really bracing myself for a long day tomorrow. So I give Jaguars the win here, 23-17. That's my scoreline prediction. Let me know what y'all think. But alrighty, y'all. That'll do it for this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you guys hit that sub button. Until then, guys, keep it real. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.